Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of Attack on Beam. This episode we added a bunch of things like Titan models, a way to kill Titans, animations, a bunch of bug fixes, and a bunch of other stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. The first thing I did was adding a way to kill Titans. Right now in the game, there was no way to kill Titans, so I had to add a way. I made it so there's like a collider behind the neck, so when you slice the neck, Titan just dies. But it wasn't working because it was triggering the animation called the stop animation, and it was just being really weird. I started working on a better system. It didn't take too long. It was a really easy thing to make. Like, just figure out if it's touching the nape, and only the nape only, and then just make it do whatever it wants. You know, if it's clicked also. And then after a short period of time, I got it to work. I decided to make a placeholder animation, so instead of him just popping away and disappearing, he would fall to the ground. I didn't really like it, and this was a placeholder again. I fixed it up later in the future. Eventually, I realized I don't need an animation. I can just use physics to make it fall. So then I did that, and I added a little force so it would tip over, made the risen body, I think, not as kinematic, and it worked, and it looked way more better. Here came the fun part. I wanted to learn how to make 3D models so I wouldn't have to rely on somebody to make 3D models for me. So I started off by following a tutorial and trying to figure out the basics of Blender and how to use it. And I did pretty good for the first time. But after a while, things went downhill. I got farther and farther, making it bigger and bigger. But again, it all eventually went downhill. And soon, I was done with the whole entire body. Then I needed to rig it and put materials on it. So then, I started rigging. I was so happy. Everything was working. The rig was working. The model looked good. The Titan model looked actually really good in my opinion. Everything was just going so good. But remember, everything just died at a point. Go right downhill. Then I touched something. I touched something that I wasn't supposed to touch, and everything broke. I asked for help. I tried to figure out ways to fix it. Nothing was working, so I decided to scrap and restart. So I started off with a head. One of the many heads I'm gonna make. I kept going back to the old model, trying to see if I found a way to make the rig work. And I found a way so I could use this model, but no matter what I did, I could never find a way. After making countless more models, I eventually made a model that would work for me. I figured out how to rig it good so everything would work fine, and it came out looking like this. Look at it, isn't it beautiful? It works, it moves, and everything's going out so good. And then, in the end, it actually worked out. I made a model all by myself. It looked good, it rotated nicely, everything works. I can finally start making some animations and poses and stuff. So I started working on a stomp animation first, because the only move I had in the game right now. Currently, like where the game's at right now, it doesn't really work. I mean, the animation works, everything's working, but it broke the stomping because I had something and just all not working. So this was the finished product of that first little animation I made. I mean, I didn't really add too much more animations into the game. Most of this, for starters, I guess. So and then I got it into the game, and it was looking really nice, in my opinion. It was sitting there all menacing and tall and just cool and strong and powerful and cool and very, very cool. Yes, very cool. Look at it. And then there was another problem. adding colliders to it, so it actually, I can actually play with it and actually bump into it and doesn't just go right through it. So I tried adding a mesh collider to work fine, but that didn't work because of reasons where it's too complicated to explain. I surfed all over the internet for answers of how I could ever do this. It made no sense. And then I figured out that I couldn't take an easy way out of this, and I had to do it the hard way. Manually putting colliders on every single piece of the body. So there probably is a better way than that. If you know it, please put in the comments below so I don't have to keep redoing it every single time I change my model. But this is the only way I could do it. Every single little piece, I added a little collider to it, and eventually got a full body, and it all worked out. So I finished it. Everything was covered with colliders, and it was working. Colliders were accurate, or at least I think, and I hope. And I was just so relieved that I was finally done with that big problem. And then this error happened. Basically, my nav measure system I used to make the Titan move just broke. And everybody was telling me all you have to do is remake it, but that was not working. So I scoured the internet for answers. I needed answers now. I looked everywhere and couldn't find a thing. And then more problems with nav mesh happened. He was floating. Why was he floating? I don't know why he was floating, but he was just floating in the air. Look at him. He was floating above the air. I thought it was that collider down there. I mean, technically it was, but like at the same time, it was because it was being weird. After I fixed those problems up, I got the stomping working, so it played the animation when I was under him and at a certain place, but the damage wasn't working. And then very weird things were happening. Very weird things, like he was underground and moving with my player, and I don't understand why. It's something to do with the rotation, but I fixed it eventually. I tried to get everything that wasn't working, so everything would be, good and, working. Right now, the nape, like, when I sliced the nape, it just said, an error in the chat. I figured out why later, but, like, that was just happening. I recorded a little clip of it. After a while, I figured out I was grabbing the wrong variable, which wasn't supposed to grab. And then I got working, and I killed a few Titans, and actually enjoyed my game for once. I tried to make the camera work a little bit better, and then it gave this weird effect where it just zoomed in and like, yeah. It's not what I wanted, so I just kept it the old way. I kept playing off my game a little bit, and then this happened. And honestly, it was actually getting a little bit fun. I actually kind of enjoyed my game a little bit. I mean, like, you're supposed to enjoy games. It's a good thing, because I usually just make a game, and sometimes it's not really that fun, but like just for practice. But finally, I worked on actually a big project, and it's all going out good, and I'm actually liking the game. So I decided to try my game with a bunch of other Titans around, so I could actually, feel the experience of the game when it's actually finished. And strange things started happening. First of all, they were all moving really weird, and when I did this past that corner, they were all just going crazy. So that one guy flying past, I don't know what was going on. I still don't know what was going on. They went right through walls. They were speeding, doing whatever they wanted, not even looking at me, not even paying attention to me, and they didn't even care. It's like, and then it was all just so weird and awkward. Also, I made the napes invisible, so you kind of just aim for the back of the neck, and there's no box anymore. You kind of just aim and you kill it, But it was actually pretty fun when I started, actually getting into it. Titans are spawning, and I was going around killing them, playing the game like you're supposed to play the game. But it was really jaggedy and weird. I fixed that later, but I was not sure what was happening right here. So before I end the video, I decided to make a few more animations and make them, better stomp animation, make a better pose. I mean, in my eyes right now, it's still not that good. I'm probably changing next update. I have to re-put colliders on it, and I have to do everything I need to do before, because I am not that good at some stuff. I know a simple way out of this, but yeah. Well, you reached to the end of the video. Please comment end if you reached to the end of the video, because I want to know how much you are watching to the end of my videos, so you know, I guess boost my self-esteem. Also, join my Discord, links in the description, because I want, you know, both talk to you guys and get feedback from you guys and see how, you know, you guys like my game, or yeah. Also, keep in mind, this isn't finished, and there's a lot of things I need to add, and like, I'm probably not going to release this version yet, because right now it's like really bad, because there's a bunch of Titans everywhere, and they're just, like, you know, everywhere. So I probably won't release this update yet, until I fix, you know, some problems. And I'll probably leave them in the Devlog description if you want to read it. So I hope you have a good day. Follow my Twitch. I'll stream there. What else do I say? My Discord. Yeah, join that. I already said that, but leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.